Hello, my name is Rocio and I graduated from Luther Burbank High School, class of 2012. And I currently am a student here at Sacramento City College, and I am part of the Allied Health Learning community. And this semester I am applying to transfer, and in the springtime I'm applying for my nursing schools. And I'm here to help you guys with some study tips that help me in my science courses. So transitioning from a high school study habits to college study habits, you need to work with your time. A class in high school is around 1 hour, but when you get to college, especially your science courses, you have a lab class and an electric class, which is around maybe 5 hours per day and ends up being maybe 10 hours or more per week. So you have to manage your time of being in class and your study time and all the other things you have to put together to that class. So the best method that helped me was a master calendar. And for every class I had about 4 or 5 classes a semester, and I would specify a color for each class, and I would put like deadlines, or if I had a paper due, certain big exams, I would definitely put in my big master calendar, so I would know ahead of time how much time I had to study, what were the deadlines, to make sure that I did not miss anything and that I had sufficient enough time for me to work on everything I needed to work on. So when you start your semester in college, your professors will give you a syllabus, and in the syllabus you will see what your assignments are coming up, when your exams will be, and what your units and how the course will flow. And from there you can prepare your binders. And the method I would use half-inch binders that would specify to a certain unit in which a following exam would come, and I would focus all of my information and all of my classwork in that binder. I would place all my sheets in that certain unit. For my science courses, I would have a lab, and in my lab I would put in all my pictures that you usually get off of an online source in which the professors post a lot of pictures and additional information, which is expected for you to print out and take to class. To help me begin study, I would do prep work, and in that I would need I would get these ring binders, and I would find them, you can buy them in bulk at Office Depot or at a Target or whatever you can find them. And I would use note cards. I would also use a long array of markers of different shades and colors, or color pencils or color pens, because I color code my classes and my subjects and whatever topics. I would also use paper clips or whatever, something to hold the information together, to pair it together. To help me study, I would print out my professor's study guides that they would provide for the exam, and I would use a converter from PDF to Word, so I would have more space to add in information. And then from there I would color code like certain topics or subjects that I already knew were combined in lecture or lab, and I would make charts to help me put all the information together. And my professor would provide us with a lot of pictures and extra information, but I would also want more information, so I would add more pictures just to help me visualize and help me connect the topics together. Also, for lecture, I would print out also the PowerPoints from the professor, and from there I would highlight and I would write my notes alongside, because following a professor, they speak very fast and the content is very heavy, so to write everything down is impossible. So I felt like this was easier, and with the rings you could just flip it through like a book, and it would make life so much easier. And then also I would use a lot of charts. It would help me organize information very well. And to help me keep track of units or definitions of words, I would write them down in index cards, and I would cut them in half, because some words aren't that long, and I would place them in a ring so they would be easier to flip through, and they don't get lost if you're traveling with them and you're studying at the same time. Also, you can use paper clips if you don't want to do the holes, and I would draw like methods of how things are changed from one state or another. I would draw pictures to help me make sure that I knew how things were formed and what connected with what elements. So for my master calendar, at times I would put some of the most important exams or assignments that I needed into my phone, and I would color code my phone into depending on my class. Sometimes like one class would be pink, another class would be green or yellow, and they would signify exams or assignments. And I would do this every 2 weeks just to know what was more important. And I would set alarms. Like I would set an alarm maybe that next day or 2 days in ahead to make sure that I was up to studying and that I knew I had a certain amount of knowledge already by that timer. And I would just set more alarms, and it would help me span out my study time and give me a boost that I have a big exam due, and I know I have how much time left, and that would help me a lot to manage my time. Also, to make sure that I never forgot anything to do when I came to school, I would have a checklist. I use an app called Color Note, and in that app you can create a list, and my list would be my college, Sacramento City College, and in there I would write things I would have to do for that week or that day that I wanted to get done. Like I would say I would need to go to my professor's office hours, I needed to go turn in a form in a certain building or email my counselor, and when I would be finished I would just check it off on the list, and it would be a good reminder for me to feel that I had finished that assignment that I needed to be done, and it was a good list to see what else I needed to do or if I needed to take something else to school, which helps you like take advantage of the time you are at school.
Well, I hope these study tips will help you as they've helped me, and I wish you all luck in your science courses.